Besties, I have been working on this little stack of paper that is the first draft of a novel for 10 months. I have been working on this since about mid-January, starting with the world building and everything, and I have been drafting since the beginning of February. It's taken us a while to get here. It has taken us a while to get to a finished first draft. It has taken us a while to deal with the mental health, to deal with the craziness that has been my summer, to deal with taking a break from so many things and really cutting back before reintroducing the things that I truly love. And writing has been one of those things that I truly love, as well as this story. I'm obsessed with this story. There is not really anything in here that I hate about this story. I love it. I love these characters. I love this setting, and I think that is only a good sign, the fact that I still love this book after all this time and all the setbacks I've had and all the issues I've had with actually having time to sit down and write. It is not ready. It is actually so far from ready, because as you can see, this looks a lot thinner than most people post about when they're on TikTok saying I finished my first draft and they have like an entire binder. I'll be honest, I like writing a skinny first draft. This is basically the central spine of the plot, and then we've got all of these little offshoots planned. We've got all of these little explorations of the world. We've got all of the beautiful descriptions and stuff, where there are still quite a few in here. Don't get me wrong, I haven't just completely left the whole thing blank. There's still a lot of work yet to do on this. Because my first drafts have a tendency to not look like most people's first drafts, the best piece of advice I was ever given was that a first draft can never be wrong. A first draft can never be bad. A first draft can never fail you unless you fail your first draft. Unless you fail to finish it. Unless you fail to really put your heart and soul into it. But a first draft can never fail you. And honestly, that has been what has been in the back of my mind, and that is what's been keeping me sane through so much of this process, because it has taken so much longer than I wanted it to. We get to move into editing. We get to move into second drafts, third drafts, editing, refining this, fleshing it out, giving it a few more bones on this basic skeleton here. We get to give some life into this story, into this world, and I'm so excited for that. But before we get too deep talking about everything I need to do, let's head back to January for a minute and let's check in with January Annie and where she was, and let's go through the process of actually writing this, because I've already told you it took me 10 months. 10 months is a long time, as we all know. If you've been following me for a hot minute, you know that in 2024 I was working on a fantasy novel that I was really hoping to get finished and get into the hands of agents, and honestly, mental health said no. She really did me dirty in 2024 and my creativity took a massive hit. And while I can't say things are 100% better, they are definitely better, and I am so ready to start fresh. There is one idea in particular that has completely stolen my heart, and I cannot wait to work on this for the next year of my life. This journey is going to be nothing short of chaotic, and I am so ready to dive in. So buckle up, besties, grab your tea, because we got a lot of work to do. I've actually got like a whole bunch of stuff done on this to-do list. I only have 2 things on my list, but they are 2 very big things, which is basically creating the entire world. I've got a bit more of an idea as to sort of what the story really is, who the characters are. So I've got this kind of like rough outline, which is color coded as to whose POV it is, because this is going to be a dual POV book. And basically what I then need to do is I need to take all of that kind of rough outline and kind of break it up chapter by chapter. But before I can do that, I need to really have an idea as to what the world looks like. Like, I've got a couple of ideas. We've got the Pinterest boards over here, which have been so helpful. I need to create the actual world itself, kind of work out what we're looking at in terms of like a map, where sort of everything is going to be, what it's all going to look like, kind of start to work out roughly where buildings are, what the map is going to look like, because I think I might not do like a big world map. I might just keep it quite sort of local, centralized to where the majority of the book is going to be set. Got a lot of work left to do. I've kind of managed to make it so that I leave myself all the big pieces to the end, which is very typical of my procrastination brain. You guys, I am like refining all of the delicious romancy bits in this, and I need to make a new playlist, and this is the first song on the playlist for this book. Like, if you know, you know. If you don't, seriously go listen to it and you'll just get like chef's kiss. I'm obsessed. You guys, I'm literally like so excited. Like, I actually think I might be ready to start drafting this, and I literally cannot wait. I feel like I've done so much work in just like even just the last few days, and I'm just like full send, obsessed, cannot stop thinking about literally this book, and like nothing else is in my brain. This is entirely like living rent free in my head, and I just can't wait to the point where I'm actually like, can someone else write this book? Because I'm that obsessed that I just want to like read it now. Like, I don't want to write it, I just want to read it. And I think that is like such a good sign, the fact that I'm so obsessed already with these characters, with the world, with the dragons, with the sport and the racing, and I'm so excited to start writing this. I literally cannot wait. It is February 2025 as I'm recording this right now, saying that I am officially done with the kind of prep work for this. This is going to be the next like year plus of my life, working out this book and writing it and editing it and just like living in this world with these characters. And honestly, like, I'm so excited for this year of like spending all this time with these characters, because I'm absolutely in love with them and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. It is April. I am 18,000 words in. I'm on chapter 17 and I am currently 2 chapters behind on my schedule. So we're going great so far. I'm only 2 chapters behind, so it's not like too bad. Considering I want to have this first draft finished by the beginning of June, I reckon I can probably do that still. So I'm not like super worried just yet that I'm behind schedule, but it is a little bit interesting to me because I'm generally not a schedule person. I'm a to-do list person, but I don't do well with schedules. I like to procrastinate as much as humanly possible. Like I said, I'm about 18,000 words in, so it is looking a little bit sparse, I think, realistically, in terms of what's actually on the page. I kind of like doing it as I will write the plot and then I'll go back and like add in the details. But I'd say overall it's going well. I'm still super excited about it. Every time I like open up my plot draft, I sit there and I'm like, I can't wait to read this book. I am getting to the last stretch of chapters, which is low-key kind of scary. I've been starting to think about querying agents. That's also kind of scary. I know there's like so much work that needs to be done because like this is gonna need so much work, so much extra bits, so much editing and stuff before it even gets close to agents. But I think it's good to kind of have a bit of a game plan. But I've got 4 more chapters and an epilogue to kind of like lead into book 2. The idea of it being 4 chapters and an epilogue away from the end is terrifying. Welcome back, besties. This has been a crazy ride and I am in the final week of my drafting phase. Now, I will admit, I do like to write a little skinny draft. She's just a skeleton. There's not really a huge amount of meat on those bones yet, but that for me comes all in the next stage, in with the editing, in with the 2nd and 3rd and 4th rounds of drafts. But this first draft, she's just some bones. Now, we've got a couple more ribs to put on this skeleton. I have 3 chapters left, one of which is kind of, I say half written, that might be a little bit generous considering I only have a couple of paragraphs, but I have 3 chapters and I need to get them done before the end of this week because I am off on holiday and my whole intention for my holiday is to mentally switch off so that when I come back, this whole fall and winter season, I can spend editing, putting some meat on those bones, fleshing it out, making sure everything makes sense, really nailing down those character voices. I have an idea of what they are at the moment, but I really want to dive deep into them after my holiday and make sure that they are 100% settled so that when you guys get to read it, it is going to be the best version it can be. As you can see, my original plan of having this whole thing finished drafting by June didn't happen because it is definitely not June, but I do need to get this written this week. So we've got a lot of work to put in, besties, okay? So let me stop yabbering, let me stop procrastinating once again, and let's get writing. So here we are with a finished first draft. The last page printed at about 9:30 last night. She is skinny. She's got a lot of work left to do. When I started to get back into this, I already have some kind of edits and some highlights and some notes written into this. I need to kind of a little bit forget about the story and forget what I was meaning to put in the little gaps so that I can go through, highlight, annotate, note everything that I want in this second half, so that we can then go back to writing, add in all these notes, fix all the little things, and then do it all again. Read it all back over, highlight some more things, add in some more bits and pieces. We keep doing that until I cannot see a single thing left to change. And I know that's gonna take a while, and I would love to sit here and be like, I'm gonna query agents tomorrow, but let me tell you, ain't no one gonna be looking at this anytime soon. Like, if I sent this off to an agent, they'd be like, are you insane? Why did you send this to me? This is ghastly. We got a lot of work left to do before we get to that point. There is something about this that still just gives me so much excitement. I'm so excited to stay in this world, to keep working on this book, to keep rolling with it, to make it better and better and better every single day. And eventually, hopefully, you guys will get to read this. It feels like a long way off, but at the same time, it does kind of feel like it might be right around the corner. And it's this really weird point in time where I don't know how long it's going to be, because it could be 6 months of editing and then we start querying in the middle of 2026. It could be another year from now before I start querying. You know, it could be even longer than that. I don't know. I think I mentioned a little bit about what it was in a previous video, and there's only so much I can really tell you guys. Okay, I can't give you a full synopsis. I can't give you a full description of what it's gonna be, but I can say this takes all of my favorite things about sports romances and really getting into the sport of being there whilst the characters are competing and doing what they do best. It has all the sports bits. It has a really lovely romance line in it. I'm not even going to tell you what tropes it is, but it has a romance in it. The romance is a very, very key point of this story, and it is all set in a fantasy world with all kinds of mythical creatures like dragons and griffins and loads more, which I'm not going to spoil. But I guess really, I better stop yabbering, and I guess I better get started editing. It has been a crazy 10 months. It has been a long 10 months. This shouldn't have taken me 10 months. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to know what you guys think of this book one day. And I hope that day comes soon. And that's really all I can say about that, because I have no clue about how this process is gonna go. But I am so excited about this book, and I really hope that you guys get excited about this book, and that I really want to take you guys along with my journey of going from where we are back in January of 2025 all the way through to hopefully a release day. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate you guys and all of your support, so thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and drop a comment down below if you guys are really excited to read a sports romance in a fantasy world, because I'm excited to get this book to you. I'm just saying, okay? But I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing Cozy Chaos day, and that your next read is a 5-star. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!